Welcome in. I'm Prim Saripapa alongside our NFL insider Mark Dominik with your ESPN headlines. So the Dallas Cowboys may have lost its most important player on defense, but the good news is their starting QB is almost 100%. Tony Romo, obviously making a comeback from that back surgery he had in December, says he feels so good that if he had to, he could play a game. Interesting. But how careful should Romo be? Because this is a surgery, an operation that had to do with his core, his back.
Yeah, no, he's going to take it slowly. The good news is what he's saying. You know, that makes you very excited as an organization to sit there and say, okay, successful back surgery, which is always a little scary with any position in the National Football League. But quarterbacks and offensive linemen, you get more nervous about it just because they get torqued in so many different directions. But for Tony Romo, yeah, he's going to take it slow, and I think he will. You know, I think just what he'll do and what the trainers will do and what the doctors will do, and I'm sure Jerry Jones is sitting there watching from the top saying, baby steps. I'm glad you feel good, but let's baby steps. We're only in June here. We've still got July, then we've got August and September, so we don't play for a while. So let's take little steps, but very encouraged, and Dallas Cowboy fans should be very encouraged by this news today.
Well, Romo says the goal is to be 100% ready for day one of training camp. But how much flexibility does he have in returning because he is a veteran and because he knows the offense?
Well, I think it's significant. You know, it's nice that Coach Garrett's there, obviously. The same system they've been running for years. Tony Romo's been running it. So if he needs to take a day off or take a little bit of break in between where he's running and what he's doing on the field, he can do that, even if he needs a half day off in a Thursday or Friday during the regular training camp. So, yeah, I think he'll be ready day one going into training camp. I expect him to probably run out there with the starters and throw. But I do think with Tony Romo or a guy that's more experienced like that, that's coming off of a major surgery, you give them a little bit more days off, a little more flexibility during camp because they do know what they're doing. They're professionals, and Tony Romo can handle that.
I tell you, when it comes to extremities, that's a different story. But when it comes to your core,
yes,
your stomach, and your back, that's a totally different story. You have to be way more careful. So Romo has not taken part in any of the Cowboys' off-season programs. He's got about 6 weeks until training camp begins. That's on July 24th. Keep it logged on to ESPN.com. We'll keep you updated with this story.